This is make or break now for Bitcoin and crypto. Look at this. We're at the weekly close here. Look how weak this situation is. Look at Bitcoin. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You pump up, you fake out, another pump up, fake out, and we've got rejected at this line, and we're about to turn down with 5 hours to go to the weekly close. This was what the weekly chart is going to look like. Look at this. Right? A topping tail rejection exactly at this 116 level. This is what I've been talking about all week long. I say we got to hold this 116 level. Got to hold this 116 level. Do you think we're going to get rejected here? Like in the next few hours, okay? Right now is Sunday evening US time. We are at 115.5 right now. I really need to close at least at 116.1, if not above. We really don't want this to be a topping tail like this, and then boom, and then down we go. Because here's the thing. I've spoken about this before. We've got, let me put it on the daily chart so we can see better. Last time I warned about this was a shoulder, head, shoulder, and boom. We came down to 73K, exactly on target. Here was the neckline at 93K, 92K. And now once again, we've got the shoulder, head, and this could be another shoulder. If we break this 110, 109K, boom, and down we go. So, but Bitcoin just insists on doing this. If we were to take out this high here, 124.6, then that negates the shoulder head shoulder situation. But Bitcoin just keeps on wanting to do, like we saw on the weekly, a topping tail here at this crucial level. It's just not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum's doing this as well. And, by the way, stocks aren't doing too bad. Stocks are actually making a new all-time high. So is this the one thing that's telling us we shouldn't be so worried? Because the stock market is still performing, right? So as we can see here, stocks are going to a new all-time high. You can't even almost see it now because this bounce was so huge. This is almost feels like a COVID type of crash. COVID crash, boom, came out, and stocks are making new all-time highs. So how could Bitcoin be going down? Look at this, right? Look at this. So if we put SP 500, which is the most important stock chart in there. By the way, today's episode, we're going to talk about two coins that I am buying. And one of them is tiny. One of them is a mid-cap that can do really well in the, in the current narrative that is red hot right now. Right? With ASTER, with MYX, with AVNT, Avantis, with the entire DEX narrative and the BNB narrative. I'll show you guys what I am buying. Okay, so this was the target I had all along. Could Pablo be right about this all along? For folks who have been watching my video, I said I think we top around 670 to 700 on the SP 500 Spider ETF, right? Which represents the SP 500. And I even put it here in early October, right? We can see here October, so that I thought we would boom, hit this blow off top and then come down. Oh boy, I just hope Bitcoin doesn't top beforehand. And this is a crazy, hairy situation. Let's have a look at Ethereum, where ETH is. Also on the weekly close, ETH doesn't look as bad. Let's have a look at ETH right now. So ETH, as I was telling folks, this is on the daily. I said yesterday, if we call this shoulder, head, shoulder, then this is too steep, and we don't have much of a symmetry. But if we call this shoulder, head and shoulder, right, with the neckline here, also this is missing in symmetry. So what do you do? Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly probably not as bad in my opinion. So, I mean, at least for the weekly chart here, you look like for ETH, you look like you're just, having a pullback week, just bouncing around here. With still a significant chance that we could break up and break through here. So, I mean, do we think that that we're already inside altcoin season and Bitcoin has topped and that some altcoins are already running. If so, which altcoins are we buying because of this whole CZ, Binance, ASTER narrative? I'm going to show you 2 coins I'm buying, including a very tiny one. But before we answer that question, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show your ID. That means basically the exchange can't even see who you are. So then the IRS can't see you, the tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you, total privacy. That's why Pablo made this deal with them. Trade for Pablo's exclusive prize pool. That means it's not exchange-wide. $120,000 up to $120,000, right? Not exchange-wide, just for folks who are signing up with the Pablo link, right? And even just by depositing, get 20% bonus. Deposit $100, get $20. Deposit $1,000, get $200. And just by being in the top 30, you get to win a prize in this massive pool up to $120,000 as well. Okay, if you're watching this, and by the way, folks, this is limited time only. Limited time only. This deal finishes on October the 16th, October 17th. Limited time only. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. If you're watching this on any other platform such as this one, then just click on my profile page and there's my link tree or stand link. We click on that link and it should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But keep in mind, this deal is only available on the Pablo link. Only on the Pablo link. So what is the coin that I'm talking about? All right, so obviously, there is, what's happening is that the BNB coin is popping right now. So the BNB coin, as we can see, is having its massive run phase right now. New all-time high, above 1,000. But you know what? You know what this feels like? This feels like altcoin season to me. Why is that? Okay, so basically, this was 2021. Right, we had BNB top at 688, November 21, double top at 672, right, and then 2024 top at 720, December 24, just as Trump got elected, top at 792, and now we're above that, we're at 1,060 now. So if that's not a bull market, I don't know what it is, right? And the other thing is this. How do you define altcoin season? Well, altcoin season is when Bitcoin stops running and then Ethereum starts running. And when Ethereum has a big run, which it did, 3.5x from 1,300 up to 4,800. 4,900. That's how much ETH ran in like 1 month, 3.5x run for something as big as ETH. Then ETH stops running and the money rotates to the top altcoins, right? To the top altcoins such as what? Binance, BNB coin, Solana coin. Solana is kind of strong right now, but the real big runner right now, it turns out, is BNB. Not XRP, not, Cardano, but BNB. And it's because CZ is pumping his chain and he's pumping ASTER, the new DEX. And so look, this old high was around 680. What do you say if this bull run, then BNB coin actually ran to 1480. 760, 1420 around here. What if it went to 1420 around here? Then that means it would double the last all-time high, which is pretty impressive in the current conditions that we have. Let me just try putting on a trend indicator from Fibonacci. Okay, here's the Fibonacci trend extension. We started from the bottom of Binance at $200, right? And then, that's probably a good place to start. And then use this first top around here at 724, and then retrace to the bottom of $400, which is actually 2x from the bottom. So what targets does it give us? First target is 1250. Second target is 1773. Wow, that'd be quite amazing if Binance BNB coin can go that high. But even if it went to just 1250, then that means we're in BNB season and we're going to get a big run. So I've been talking about 2 coins from the BNB universe, 2 or 3 coins. For example, one of them is a Stable, STBL. Stable is a stable coin from BNB universe, and it just signed a major deal with Franklin Templeton. So folks from watching 3 days ago would remember my video about this coin called STBL, and people in my Discord know this, of course, as well. They had a major deal with Franklin Templeton. Like, if you don't live in the US, you may not know how big Franklin Templeton is, but it's one of the top 8 asset managers within the United States. Like, you have BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Then it goes Fidelity at number 4, and Franklin Templeton at number 7 or number 8. Right? They have like something like $1.52 billion under $1 trillion. Sorry. Over $1 to $2 trillion under management. And what they did is actually they joined STBL, which is it's like stablecoin company, crypto, founded by the founder of Tether. And I told you guys this is not the same company crew that is running Tether right now. Watch my full video from 3 days ago. And what happened is Franklin Templeton has minted $100 million worth of this stablecoin on STBL called USST, right? There's lots of higher yields, there's multiple benefits, but that's huge. That's massive corporate adoption. So STBL has taken off, right? And if you watch my video, see when I was talking about it and what price STBL is right now, a lot of folks did 3x out of that in the last 2 days. But what's it got to do with BNB chain? Well, this coin, this major stable coin, is launched on BNB or Binance chain right now. So that's one of the issues. And the other one is that CZ himself has been promoting his own little coin other than BNB. BNB is his baby. His second baby basically that CZ is promoting is called ASTER, and I'm sure everyone's heard about it by now. ASTER, the DEX chain, ASTER. Okay, so essentially these 2 coins that I've spoken about, ASTER I spoke about in my last video, are bringing a lot of liquidity to the BNB or Binance chain, and so what in that case, and because look, when a coin makes a new all-time high like this, like the last all-time high $780, now we're at 1,070. So that's a major run. It doesn't look like it stops anytime soon until about 1250, right? That's like a major run, and that's bringing us BNB season. So what coins should outperform in BNB season? Well, first of all, here is one called BNB XBT. What is BNB XBT? Let's have a look. It's only 2 mil, by the way. Less than 2 mil, 1.83 mil market cap as I'm making the video right now. And for folks who remember this frog, you might remember this. Frog, but when he's green, it's called AI XBT. It's essentially the largest AI agent on Virtues, right? The largest AI agent coin out there right now. And the reason why it's big is because, it's the number 1 AI agent launched, and that everyone remembers. It's tweeting all the time about what it thinks about the market. Probably not very accurate, but hey, it's an AI agent and people are impressed by that. So this was kind of the copycat version. And by the way, I'm not sponsored. I legally say I'm not sponsored by these coins I talk about today, all right? So BNB XBT is the BNB chain version of 1.83 mil FDV and market cap of the Binance chain of it's AI XBT of the Binance chain. It calls itself BNB XBT. The thing about it is that it launched into a bear market. Here was the launch date was 16th of February, and we all remember that was the bear market, and boom, just crashed. and then April 7th, Bitcoin bottomed, Ethereum bottomed around here, and then it still didn't bottom, kept on going down and bottomed around May 22nd, right? Around this time when Pablo started saying, altcoin season has started, right? Folks could have picked it up for 3x lower, right, than where it is right now. And that's what I've been saying. If we bought back in May, in June, right, we'd be getting a 3x lower rather than here waiting for confirmation of bull market. So altcoin season. So basically, clear rising supporting trend line and clear descending sell pressure or resistance line. So therefore, we're forming a triangle. If you want to call it a bull pennant or a triangle here, and we're just about to break up here. It attempted to break up, but there was obviously so much sell pressure right here. We got back below 2 mil. It was just at 2.2, 2.3 mil. I started buying some today, and basically my thinking is that this is probably the most famous AI agent on the BNB chain. There's actually not a lot of coins that are worthy on the BNB chain because, it hasn't seen much action lately since CZ went to jail. Unlike Solana, which has so many coins from the trenches and the pump.fun. So therefore, I'm buying here, right, around this 2 mil price, and I'm expecting like a breakthrough here. Once it breaks through here, that's a major trend line that's been broken, and then we should head to about this 3.9 to 4 mil area, which is a 2x, and then see some major resistance because we've had this top and this bottom and a series of tops of here, right? No real resistance to about 4 mil to 2x's. So that's what I think about BNB XBT. And then on top of that, there's one more coin that is another DEX that competes with Hype, with Aventus, even AVNT, with MYX, and with ASTER. That's the DEX just created by CZ that's kicking off this whole narrative. Which coin am I talking about? It is called Orderly. ASTER was created like 4 days ago, but Orderly has been around for 2 years. They've been trying to do this DEX game for a long time. Their market cap, as I'm speaking right now, is just around 80 mil, just around $80 million. Whereas Aster's market cap is around $2.6 billion, or 2,600 million. This is 80 million. And if we look at the weekly volume, and we can see that weekly volume, this Orderly hit around 6 billion, right, comfortably for like 3 weeks in a row, and then it's around 4 billion, right, for the last 6 weeks. Whilst Aster hit something like 11 billion, and then there's 6 billion and 8 billion, right? So Aster has been around for a little bit longer, but CZ only jumped in and said he's the backer only in the last 4 days. And if we look at total value locked for Orderly, it's around just under 40 million. For Aster, it's just under 400 million. So it's 10x smaller on total value locked. And it's only slightly smaller in terms of perp volume traded on the weekly basis, right? But yet its valuation is what? 30x smaller. So folks are thinking Orderly is undervalued no matter how you compare it against Aster. Okay, so this is obviously crazy season, altcoin season, or a bull run right now. I'll keep you guys updated as best as I can. Catch you next episode.